Good morning everybody. In this lecture we are going to start with the second topic of the syllabus, that is the surface chemistry. Specifically here we are going to deal with the surface phenomena, that means the different type of a reaction or the different processes which are occurring on the surface that we are going to see. The solid surfaces which are looking very smooth from the surfaces, but a very small cracks, peaks are present on the surfaces. These cracks or peaks, these are called as the active centers of that solid surface. These active centers, these are playing very important role in the different processes, for example the catalytic process or the catalysis reactions. So the surface phenomenon we are going to see, and this surface phenomenon, as I have told you, the solid surfaces which are not even or smooth as they are looking, these active centers which are playing very important role in different types of the processes. The process like adsorption is also a surface phenomenon. So we are going to see the surface phenomenon, that is the adsorption. Now how the adsorption, or what is the adsorption? Simply when the molecules of one substance, they are accumulating on the surface of the other, that phenomenon we are calling simply as the adsorption. Now why this adsorption takes place? That means the molecules of a substance, why they accumulate on the surface of the other, what is the mechanism behind it, that we are going to see first. The liquid surface, if we take an example of the liquid surface, the molecules, see here the liquid is shown. The two types of the molecule are indicated here. The one molecule which is present in the bulk and the another type of molecule which is present at the surface of the liquid. Now this molecule which is present in the bulk, it is equally attracted from all the sides by the other molecules in the liquid. This is the molecule which is present in the bulk, which is attracted by the same forces from the all sides. Therefore it does not feel any pull in any direction, because the forces all over it, around it, are exactly same in the magnitude. It is equally attracted by the other molecules of the liquid in all direction. Therefore the result is that it is not pulled in any one direction. It is feeling same attraction from all the directions, while the molecule which is present at the surface, now the molecule which is present at the surface, it is attracted from the lower side only, because no molecules are here, the liquid molecules are not present here. So here it is attracted only from the lower side. At the upper surface here some gases are present. Obviously the air is there, natural air is present in this surface, and this gas molecules, these are therefore attracted by these molecules. This attraction with the gas molecule of this molecule and the attraction felt by this molecule from the lower side by the other liquid molecule, this forms the unbalanced field of a force. Unbalanced in the sense, here the forces between the air molecule or the gas molecule and this molecule, they are very weak. Here the gaseous molecules are present. These are very weakly attracted by this surface molecule, and this surface molecule is relatively attracted strongly by the other liquid molecule which are present here. So therefore this force and this force, they are not balanced. Therefore the molecules at the surface of the liquid, they are in the state of a strain or unsaturation. They are in the state of a strain. Why? Because these forces are not balanced. They are under the unbalanced force field. That means the forces which it feels from the lower side is not balanced by the forces from the upper side. Hence unbalanced force. they are therefore attracted. These forces are more strong than these forces. Therefore, this molecule is pulled inside, and due to this pulling effect or this attraction, this molecule at the surface is in the state of a strain. Or we can say in a state of a tension, because it is feeling a pull from the lower side. From this side it is feeling a pull, and therefore this molecule is in a state of a strain. And to balance these unbalanced forces, what this molecule does? This molecule attracts the other gaseous molecules which are present in its contact, and so that the unbalanced forces will get balanced. But as here only the gas molecules are there, the forces of attraction are weak, therefore it doesn't get balanced, and that is why due to unbalance these molecules are pulled inside, or they are feeling downward pull, and therefore these molecules are in a state of a strain. To balance this strain, they try to attract the gas molecule which are coming in contact, and therefore the gas molecules are attracted here and accumulated on the surface. This is what is the phenomenon which is called as the adsorption, which is taking place only at the surfaces. This is because the surface molecules are in the unbalanced field of a force, and due to this unbalanced field of a force, the molecules, gas molecules which are coming in contact with the surface molecule are accumulated. They are attracting those gas molecule and they are accumulated at the surface. Similarly, in the solid surfaces also, this is the molecule which is present at the surface. This molecule here also, it is feeling very strong pull in the downward direction, because here the molecules which are attracting these molecules are similar molecules like this molecule, solid molecules. The molecules which are present in the solid, they are having very strong force of attraction for this surface molecule, and this molecule is attracting the gas molecules which are in contact with it from the air. But these forces are not balanced by these forces. These forces are more stronger than these forces. So this molecule is also feeling unsaturation. What unsaturation means? Saturation means all the attraction forces of this molecule are not balanced. Hence they are called unsaturated. So this molecule, unsaturation is created here, or we can say unbalanced field of force is created there, and due to that this molecule try to attract the gaseous molecule which are coming in contact with this molecule, and therefore those are attracted and they are accumulated at the surface. So this is what is the phenomenon of adsorption. Why the molecules coming in contact with the liquids or the gas surfaces, they are accumulated? The reason is, at the surface of liquid or solid, unbalanced field of a force is created, or unsaturation is created. To balance that unsaturation or the unbalanced forces, the molecules which are coming in contact with the surfaces, they are attracted and hence they get accumulated on the surfaces. Hence therefore, the adsorption is simply defined as the accumulation of one substance on the surface of the other. That is called as the adsorption. This is well understood with the example of oxalic acid and charcoal. Now in this system, the charcoal, when it is added with the oxalic acid and the solution is shaked well, therefore the oxalic acid molecules are adsorbed on the surfaces of the charcoal. Here the oxalic acid molecule, they get adsorbed on the surface of charcoal. Therefore, if the solution is filtered, charcoal is filtered, and the remaining solution, if we check its concentration, so we will observe that the concentration of oxalic acid decreases after adsorption. What we did? We take oxalic acid, we take charcoal. in a charcoal we add this oxalic acid solution and we shake the solution. After shaking, during shaking, what will happen? The oxalic acid molecule will get adsorbed on the surface of a charcoal, and from the solution, if you filter the charcoal, therefore only the liquid solution will be remain there. If you check the concentration of that filtrate of oxalic acid, we will observe that the concentration of the oxalic acid decreases. This means that the oxalic acid molecules are adsorbed on the surface of the charcoal. Here the substrate or the substance on whose surface the adsorption takes place, it is called as the adsorbent. While the molecules which accumulates on the surface of the other, that is called as the adsorbate. The adsorption of a hydrogen gas on a nickel solid surface, the hydrogen gas when it is bubbled on the surface of a nickel, therefore hydrogen get adsorbed on the surface of nickel. So here nickel is again adsorbent and the hydrogen is adsorbate. So this is what is the adsorption phenomenon, and these two are the terms. The adsorbent is on the surface of whose other substances accumulate, that surface is called as the adsorbent, and the molecules of whose accumulate on the other surface, those are called as the adsorbates. This example or this phenomenon of adsorption is very important in catalytic reactions. In the reactions, the solid surfaces are there, and these solid surfaces, they are constituting of active centers. Active centers in the sense, the active centers are nothing but the peaks or the cracks which are present on the solid surfaces. These are acting as the active centers, and on these active centers, when you bubble gases on the solid surfaces, the gases are easily adsorbed on the surface. So in a hydrogenation reaction, where hydrogen is to be added to the molecules, therefore in this reaction nickel or palladium like catalysts are used on whose surface the hydrogen gas is bubbled, and during the reaction that hydrogen is added to the reactant and the hydrogenation reaction occurs. Now the difference between the adsorption and absorption. Absorption and adsorption. These two are the different phenomena. This is a bulk phenomenon, while this is a surface phenomenon. This process, adsorption process or this phenomenon occur only at the surface, while the absorption is the phenomenon which is occurring all over the bulk. For example, if we leave a sponge in a water, the water is absorbed inside that sponge and it is distributed evenly, while the adsorption, if we take a chalk and dip it in the ink, therefore those ink molecules, those are adsorbed on the surface of only the chalk. If we tilt it or break it, inside surface is white. That means that those ink molecules, those are accumulated only on the surface and not in the bulk. So these two phenomena are different. This occurs only at the surface, while this occurs in the bulk. That means here the substance which is absorbed, it is evenly distributed throughout the body of the absorbent. So these two are the different phenomena. Now the types of the adsorption. There are two types of the adsorption, which is called as physical adsorption, and the second is chemical absorption. Chemical adsorption. These are the two types of the adsorption. Now, these two types or these are classified on the basis of the type of the forces which are formed between the adsorbent and adsorbate. That means if solid gas adsorption is there, therefore the types of the forces which are formed between the solid and the gas, depending on those type of forces, this classification is done. This physical adsorption, this is also called as van der Waal adsorption. This is also called as van der Waal adsorption. This is, in short, it is called as chemisorption. Now, what is the difference in between these two? Here, as the name implies, physical adsorption or van der Waal adsorption it is called as. Obviously, here the type of forces between the substrate and the gas or the adsorbent and adsorbate are simply van der Waal forces. While the type of forces in the chemical adsorption are chemical bond like forces. Here the types of the forces between the substrate and the gas or the adsorbent and the adsorbate are the forces like the chemical bonds are present. That means that here weak forces are present between the adsorbate and adsorbate, while here strong forces are present between the adsorbent and adsorbate. So we are going to see the points of differences in between these two. The basic difference is in between the types of the forces which are formed. Here van der Waal forces are formed, that means very weak forces are formed between the adsorbate and adsorbent, while in this type of adsorption, chemical adsorption, the forces which are present between the adsorbent and adsorbate are the forces like a chemical bonds. The next point of difference in between two is the physical adsorption. This occurs relatively at low temperatures. Low temperatures, that means below the boiling point of the adsorbate. Below the boiling point of adsorbate, at that temperatures this physical adsorption can occur, while the chemical adsorption can occur at high temperature also. The chemical adsorption can occur at high temperatures. This is a physical adsorption and this is chemical adsorption. This can occur at low temperatures, that is at the below the boiling point of adsorbate. This can occur at high temperature. The first point of difference is the type of forces. Here the van der Waals forces are there, here chemical forces are there. The next point of difference is here the enthalpy, that means the amount of heat given out is of the order of 40 kilojoule per mole, while here the enthalpy is of order of 80 kilojoules per mole, 80 to 100 kilojoules per mole. That means here great amount of heat is evolved in this type of a process. Now the next point of difference is this is non-specific in a nature. This is non-specific, while this is highly specific in a nature. Now what is this non-specific and specific nature? For example, the nitrogen gas can be adsorbed on any of the solid surface which is having adsorbing property. Any such solid surface, on that surface nitrogen can adsorb, and in this adsorption obviously nitrogen forms weak van der Waals forces, while the chemical adsorption, that means a nitrogen gas chemically can get adsorbed on iron, tungsten, calcium like metal surfaces, while it cannot chemisorb on gold or copper surfaces. On these surfaces, nitrogen cannot be chemisorbed. That means the nitrogen cannot form the chemical forces or chemical bonds like forces with these metal surfaces. So this is very specific in a nature, this is non-specific. The next point of difference is the physical adsorption. Here it occurs, its nature is reversible and it attains equilibrium quickly. While this is irreversible, therefore no equilibrium will be attained. This process is reversible and it attains equilibrium quickly, while the chemical adsorption, this is irreversible and no equilibrium is attained, this chemical adsorption processes. Now the next point of difference is this adsorption takes place very fast and it depends on the coverage of surface of the adsorbent. This physical adsorption takes place very fast and that depends on the coverage of the surface, while this process relatively occurs slowly and it depends on coverage of active centers. This process occurs slowly and it depends on the coverages of the active centers. So these are the point of differences. This physical adsorption and chemical adsorption, basically the difference is in the type of forces formed between the adsorbent and adsorbate. In a physical adsorption, van der Waals forces are formed, while in a chemical adsorption, the chemical forces are present between the adsorbent and adsorbate. So this is strong type of adsorption, hence it is irreversible, while this is weak type of adsorption and hence it is reversible. As it is reversible, it attains the equilibrium. So these are the two types of the adsorption. Next time we will see different factors which affect the adsorption and the types of adsorption isotherm we will see.